Alright guys, so it's week 10 of Hut. I'm No Sleeves 12. You guys know the drill. Here's everything that happened in the 10th week of Hockey Ultimate Team. So let's get into the Thanksgiving Hut event. So they came out with a new set that kind of resembles the Halloween one. Let's start with the 84 Tyler Myers. I'll show you the cards in a little bit. These specifically for the Myers, you get the collectibles doing objectives. The other ones are done through collectibles and other things. So this 88 Brock Besser, however, you do need the Brock Besser base card as well as some of the Thanksgiving collectibles. So they are kind of an investment because obviously it does require one specific card, so the market's already been affected. But if you wait a little while, they'll be a little bit cheaper. Moving on down the line, there's an 88 Evgeny Malkin. Again, dope card, but this one requires a lot of gold players. So essentially, you're looking at about 4K a card there if you don't open packs and have a lot of cards on hand. So they are kind of expensive, plus the collectibles as well. Next up, there's an 88 Mark Scheifele that you can get. Again, this one does require the gold cards instead of just the one specific base Mark Scheifele card, which is kind of cool because you don't player gate the one card. Now, the 88 Elias Pettersson. This one is popular. He's already insanely fast, and now he gets a card that kind of represents how he's played so far. But again, it requires a lot of players. Next, we have the 88 Phil Kessel. It requires Phil, which kind of sucks, but he's only going for about 20K, so he's not really all that price gated. And then obviously you have to get all the collectibles. Those are going for about 9,000 right now on PlayStation, so again, it is expensive. And then finally, the 91 Master Set Kane. FYI, I did get him. He is expensive to get. 30 gold players, plus about 60 gold or Thanksgiving collectibles. This is going to run you about 500 to 700K depending on how long you wait. Obviously, the longer in the event that you wait, the cheaper he is going to be. But let's go ahead and take a look at the specific cards. So starting with the 88 Mark Scheifele, he's got over 93 speed and everything, and his shot's all above 85. He also shoots right, which is insanely rare, I've come to find, that the higher cards that shoot right are either extremely expensive legends, or there just isn't that many great ones. So he's definitely a card to go, one of the cards to go after if you're looking to upgrade on left wing. However, Besser might be a better one to go after. He's a little bit faster, and his shot is all above 88, and he also shoots right. He would be my pick over Scheifele. And then we've got Elias Pettersson. He has a speed synergy as well, so and about 93 speed. So with the synergy activated, he's fantastic, and his shot is over 90. Unreal card. Next, we've got the 88 Evgeny Malkin. I'd avoid him. He's got a 91 speed, so he's definitely the slowest, and his shot is all 88s. He has Face-Off Master as one of the synergies. It's just among these options, I would choose others. We got the 88 Phil Kessel. Dude's flying with 95 speed. His shot's all just under 90, and he's also a right-handed shot. Probably the best option to pick if you're going to do one of these. And then finally, the Master Set Patrick Kane. This card is sick. I've only played about a few games of them, but I've loved it every single time I've gotten the puck with him. It's over 98 speed, over 90 shot, has BU, and his deking is 97. It's a fantastic card, and if you're going to spend the coins or real money, this is one of the cooler players currently to go after for sure. So they also added kind of a cool Hut Challenge progressive tier system for a certain card. So they added Morgan Rielly, and you basically can do them based on your Hut overall team. So you start with a 75 overall team, you do them all, and you'll get a 79 overall Morgan Rielly. And as you go up through the tiers, you'll get a better Morgan Rielly card. Eventually, doing the 90 plus overall team challenges, you'll get the 85 Morgan Rielly. Now, the cool thing about him is that there's no left-handed defenseman that has BU that's over an 83, so he's definitely a card. His speed as well is actually usable, so this isn't a wasted card if you're a free-to-play team, especially if you can manage to get him. Also, low-key, use your loan cards to get to 90 if you don't have a 90 overall team, guys. So, because this is definitely a card if you're on, like I said, the free-to-play squad and looking for a burner. He's a good option. Now, like Halloween, there's also ones you can pull out of packs. I'm going to show you the big ones. First is my boy, the 90 overall Erik Karlsson with BU. This is a sick card. Unfortunately, he's going for like 700k, obviously. This would be a sick card to get, especially, you know, because Erik Karlsson, come on. Now, when it comes to the packs, you've got 3 options if you're going to buy them. 2,500 points, 1,500 and 500. What I'd actually recommend is if you do the 500 ones, you'll get more collectibles. So if you're struggling to get collectibles, buying the 500 ones as opposed to the 2,500 one will get you more collectibles. Now, you're obviously going to get a better chance at way better pulls with the Extreme Thanksgiving pack, but if it's collectibles that you really need, I would go after the 500 ones. It's just a better, you know, a bigger advantage as far as getting the 2 collectibles each one, so you'll get 10 no matter what, whereas you get 7 in the 2,500 one. Now, the Thanksgiving comp seasons rewards are going to work a little bit differently. You get certain players based on where you place, so it might actually be advantageous to do worse or better depending on where you land. Because right in the middle is an 87 Matt Murray, whereas the Krug, Point, and Claude Giroux, all great speed and shot. They're 100% usable, and whereas if you finish 26 to 50, you might want to lose a close one and get Radulov. It's an interesting way to do the rewards, because I like that, you know, depending on where you go, everyone doesn't just get the, you know, there's 100 of the same. Now there's even more limited options, but I do like how they're trying new things to see what works the best. But so at the end of the overall, it's where you place after the first and second round combined. That's for the season rewards. So yeah, it works exactly like the other comp seasons. On to Team of the Week. I wasn't really all that thrilled with it, but we got 84 Max Domi. He's over 90 speed, but his shot is poo. Then we've got the 87 Claude Giroux, decent speed at 93, but again, average shot. Pasternak, any Pasternak now you need to get over 95 speed, over 88 shot. He's unreal. So anytime that you get him, that's dope. And we've got a Sean Couturier, Wheeler, and Matt Duchene, who has a speed synergy, 95 speed, so he's basically maxed if you have the synergy activated. That's a dope card. Then we've got 76 Cody Glass, so I guess the guys who invested in the Evo, you know, mildly paid off. And, yeah, nothing really interesting down on the bottom here. Onto the defensemen, we've got Thomas Chabot, as well as Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere is now getting pretty good. He's over 90 speed. And Chabot, a little bit slower, but not by much, and he's only going to improve. I mean, I guess if you have his Evo, it's going to be too much. I'm going to get into Evos a little bit later. Seth Jones has 90 speed. The Torrey Krug, the 83 overall. Again, nothing crazy. And then the Rasmus Dahlin has a pretty good speed stat and synergy or speed and shot for an 80 defenseman. But again, you can't really use him unless it's the under 80 challenges. And then in net, we've got the BU Bobrovsky. This is an awesome card. Bob is the man, and with BU, obviously, he's going to be worth a ton. Now, this week's Alumni is a little different. Instead of being one specific team, we've got 3 cards from the Battle of Alberta, 3 from Edmonton, and 3 from Calgary, starting with the 80 overall Mike Kruslinski. Close. Avoid him. Again, you can't use him. So it sucks with these kind of cards. It's cool that they're putting in these local guys, lesser-known guys that you know, played on these teams for a long time. It's just, you're never going to use them. Then we've got the 88 overall Bill Ranford. He's a little bit smaller, has BU though, so if you do get him or if he's cheaper, I would invest. Any goalie with BU is kind of mandatory in the current landscape of things. And then the 89 overall is a Glenn Anderson. Unfortunately, his synergies are kind of cheeks, and he's under 90 speed, so I would sell him if you do pack him. On the Calgary side, we've got Gary Roberts, who's insanely slow, so you can't really use him. I wish they would put the speed synergy or the skating synergy on these kind of cards, because at least if you have that synergy, you can make them a little bit faster. But yeah, at 86 overall with this low speed, you just can't use. Then we've got the 88 Mike Vernon. He's really small. I mean, and doesn't have BU. I would sell as soon as I get him. I mean, he is dope. Mike Vernon was sick, but you can't use him really. And then the 89 overall is unreal. It's Lanny McDonald with the best stash ever. He's got decent speed, a great shot, and that stash, come on. But he's going for a ton because it's Lanny McDonald, so he's going for a ton right now. We're talking like 500k and up. So, but if you can get him, that's great. Now let's get into this week's Biggie milestone in primetime cards, starting with the 88 David Pastrnak. Like I said earlier, any new Pastrnak, if you do pack him, keep him. If you can get him cheaper than what he's normally going for, 100% invest. He's fast, got a great shot. Next, we've got 87 milestone Jonathan Toews. He's slowly creeping up there because of all the primetimes, team of the weeks, and milestones, but he's over 90 speed finally, but his shot is still in the low 80s with a kind of bunk synergy. I'd probably sell this card. And we've got Mikko Rantanen, who has great speed and above average shot. At an 87, I would grab him if you could for, maybe under 200k if you could. He's definitely a very good upgrade. And we got the card, that 89 Taylor Hall with BU. His speed is unreal. His shot is nuts. I actually packed him, but I had to sell him because, well, you guys will see later on when I do my team update. But this is a phenomenal card. This is going to be around for quite some time, but he's going for a ton. And we got Erik Karlsson for his 400th assist. Great speed, great shot, also shoots right. This is a phenomenal card if you can get him or get him cheap. And then we've got the 86 overall Braden Point, who's insanely fast with the speed synergy. He's slowly turning into like the current gen Yvonne Cornway card. And then finally, next week's Hut Champs, the 93 Sergei Gonchar. So if you're good enough to place in the top 5, the new updated card art looks great, and it's Sergei Gonchar. And lastly, let's get to my team update. So if you haven't caught my Coffee and Shell in the morning streams, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch, links down below, you know that today I got quite a few upgrades. We managed to get the 99 Wayne Gretzky finally, and then I was able to get the Master Set Kane. So my first line of Solani, Kane, and Gretzky was nuts. Then we've got Oates, Sakic, and Busick, Gartner, Larionov, and Robitaille on the third line. And then my fourth line consisting of Andreychuk, Nieuwendyk, and Naslund. Now what's crazy is that Andreychuk's going to be replaced by Roenick, and Medana will replace Robitaille. Then on the back end, we got Boreas, Salming, and McInnes, Horton, and Coffee, and then Bufflin and Leach. And then in net, the Thanksgiving Dubnyk is amazing. If you guys can grab him, pick him up. He's gigantic. He's played nuts for me so far. I mean, over the next few weeks, like I said, I'll get Roenick, so that'll replace Andreychuk, and then I'm going to unlock Medano around the same time. He'll replace Robitaille, and then I don't know what to do, to be honest with you. Like, I'm probably going to try and get Ted Lindsay, because he does have BU. I'm one away from BU. My team doesn't really need it, but, yeah, guys. So guys, that was Hut News for Week 10. Like I said, catch me on Twitch Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. as well as on the weekends. That's kind of sporadic, but thank you for the likes, subs, and all that. Leave me the comments if you want me to add something else to these weekly videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.